Hello, I'm Sergeant Dolans, the Minot Air Force Base Veterinary Treatment Facility, NCOIC, here with K9 Zana and Staff Sergeant Alston, and we're going to talk to you today about some of your winter safety with your pets. So first today, we're going to highlight some of the things that you shouldn't do with your pets around some holiday decorations. So we all love those poinsettias and the holiday lilies, however they are very toxic to your pets. So you want to make sure if you're keeping those around your pets that you keep them up and elevated and out of reach of your pets. Additionally, you want to make sure that any electrical cords and tinsel is up and away, and if you have cats, we would urge you not to keep any tinsel around the house. Those things lead to foreign bodies and a long, costly vet bill. We all love those holiday meals, however, holiday meals can lead to long, costly vet visits and along with vet and holiday stays. So while we all like to share those things, we urge you not to share those things such as garlic, onions, celery, and bones with your pets. Rather, give them a treat that's pet appropriate. Now moving on with some of your salt and paw friendly things, you want to watch out for the salt. On the bottom of the bottles of salt, there are little paw icons, and those mean that they're salt and paw friendly. With that being said, anytime that you're unsure and your pet has gone outside, you want to make sure that you've washed your paws off. There are some other things that you can go ahead and do that we encourage you to do with your pets, especially if you like to take them out on those walks to get them out of the house. First, we like to start off with booties. But if your dogs are kind of like those ones that like to flail around, you can start with baby socks. But Zana is a well-seasoned dog, so we're actually going to put on her booties for you. So there's a couple different ways to put booties on. One method is if your dog isn't used to putting booties on, you can start with socks. And that's the best way because socks are easier. They also cause less friction with the feet. You can put one sock on the front and you do one on the front right and then the opposite on the rear left. From there, you can then transition to booties, and when you're fitting on your booties, you want to make sure that the booties are allowing for the feet to move around. You want to make sure that the toes touch the edge. However, there is enough room for the toes to completely spread apart, but you want to make sure that the booties come up just far enough to go to the bottom of the hock. And then you also want to make sure there's some sort of supporting strap that keeps the booties on. The next piece of equipment that you can incorporate into your dog outside is going to be a jacket. When you take your dog to get them fit, you want to make sure that you're fitting them from where your withers would be. So essentially from here down to the tip of their hips. But either way, you want to make sure that your animal is not peeing on them when they're outside. You want to make sure they're not too tight along the neck. You want to make sure that your animal can still breathe. So the last piece of gear that we'll talk about are things called doggles. As you can see, MWD Zana has them fit on already. These are going to be recommended for anyone who spends a lot of time outside with their dogs, anyone who's going to be hunting, or their dog may have a certain eye disease. These are going to be recommended, or if it's blowing snow or ice really bad and you're going to take your dog outside for a long period of time, doggles are going to be recommended. They do help with snow blindness or anything like that. The last thing we will talk about while we have you is going to be, it is always recommended to have a secondary veterinary clinic. We are on base for you to utilize. You can get us at 701-723-6449. However, we do not do emergency care. Please have a secondary veterinary clinic set up for emergency care, especially during the holidays. Thank you. Have a great holiday.